Section 517 of the National Electrical Code, the NEC, applies to the electrical installations of light plants. This section provides specific requirements for the installation of portable generators, crucial for ensuring safety and compliance in these mobile power systems. 517.2 covers general requirements. This section likely outlines the scope of Article 517 and any definitions specific to portable generators and related equipment. It might also address the general suitability of equipment for use in these installations, focusing on factors like environmental conditions and potential hazards. 517.3 pertains to wiring and protection. This is a critical section addressing the proper wiring methods, conductor sizing, and protection against physical damage and environmental factors. It will detail the types of wiring suitable for use in portable generator applications, considering the flexibility and durability needed for mobile equipment. Requirements for overcurrent protection, such as fuses and circuit breakers, will be specified to protect against short circuits and overloads. This section will likely address the need for proper support and securing of wiring to prevent strain on connections. 517.4 discusses grounding requirements. Grounding is essential for safety, and this section will detail the methods for properly grounding portable generators and associated equipment. It will cover the requirements for grounding electrodes, grounding conductors, and bonding to ensure a low impedance path for fault currents. This section might also address the isolation of grounding systems in certain situations to minimize the risk of ground loops and unwanted currents. 517.5 relates to overcurrent protection. This section delves deeper into the specific requirements for overcurrent protection devices. It will address the sizing and selection of fuses and circuit breakers to protect conductors and equipment against overloads and short circuits. This section may also specify requirements for the interrupting rating of overcurrent devices to ensure they can safely clear fault currents. Coordination of overcurrent devices to minimize nuisance tripping might also be addressed. 517.6 is about receptacles. This section will specify the types of receptacles that are permitted or required for use with portable generators. It will address the need for grounding type receptacles and ground fault circuit interrupter (GFCI) protection in certain locations to minimize the risk of electrical shock. The section may also specify requirements for weatherproofing and tamper resistance depending on the environment and application. 517.7 focuses on connection to supply conductors. This section will outline the proper methods for connecting portable generators to the electrical system of a building or structure. It will address the use of transfer switches to ensure that the generator and utility power are not connected simultaneously, preventing backfeed and potential hazards. This section may also specify requirements for the size and type of conductors used for connection, as well as the proper methods for making terminations. Finally, 517.8 covers the installation of portable generators. This section provides specific requirements for the physical installation of portable generators, addressing factors such as location, ventilation, and protection from the elements. It will specify minimum clearances from combustible materials and other equipment, as well as requirements for securing the generator to prevent movement. The section may also address the need for proper ventilation to prevent the buildup of exhaust gases and the risk of carbon monoxide poisoning. For light plants manufactured by original equipment manufacturers, OEM, the wiring will typically be installed in accordance with NEC Section 517 at the factory. This ensures a baseline level of compliance and safety. However, any additional wiring or modifications made after delivery and installation in the field must also comply with NEC Section 517. It is the responsibility of the electrician or company performing the work to ensure that all modifications meet code requirements. Light plants are typically mobile and may be used in multiple locations. This mobility introduces complexity in terms of regulatory oversight. The authority having jurisdiction, OJ, for each location where the light plant is used will have the primary responsibility for enforcing NEC requirements. This means that the specific interpretations and enforcement practices may vary depending on the location. Local building and electrical codes may also apply, adding another layer of regulatory compliance. Electricians and companies responsible for installing or modifying the wiring of light plants must ensure that the work complies with NEC requirements and any applicable local codes. This includes obtaining necessary permits, following approved wiring methods, and ensuring that all equipment is properly grounded and protected. They are liable for any electrical hazards or code violations created by their work. This liability underscores the importance of thorough knowledge of the NEC and adherence to best practices. Due to the portability and variety of manufacturers, light plants are not always wired consistently. This inconsistency can pose challenges for electricians and inspectors. However, it is important to follow NEC requirements and best practices to ensure the safe and proper operation of these systems. Any deviations from standard wiring practices should be approved by the AHA or a qualified electrical engineer. Thorough documentation of any modifications is essential for future maintenance and inspections. Understanding the specific requirements within Section 517 is paramount for anyone involved in the installation, modification, or inspection of portable generator systems used in oil drilling or similar applications. The NEC provides a framework for safe electrical practices, and adherence to these guidelines is crucial for protecting workers, equipment, and the environment. The NEC, being a comprehensive document, covers various aspects related to electrical safety. Section 517 specifically addresses healthcare facilities. However, the underlying principles of electrical safety are universally applicable. These principles include proper grounding, overcurrent protection, and wiring methods. Grounding ensures a lower impedance path for fault currents, minimizing the risk of electric shock. Overcurrent protection devices, such as fuses and circuit breakers, protect conductors and equipment from overloads and short circuits. Proper wiring methods minimize the risk of insulation damage and electrical faults. When working with portable generators, it is crucial to consider the specific requirements outlined in Section 517, as well as any applicable local codes. This includes selecting the appropriate type and size of conductors, ensuring proper grounding and bonding, and providing adequate overcurrent protection. It is also important to consider the environmental conditions in which the generator will be used, such as temperature, humidity, and the presence of corrosive substances. These factors can affect the performance and lifespan of electrical equipment. In addition to the NEC, other standards and guidelines may be relevant to portable generator installations. These include standards from organizations such as the Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers, IEE, and the National Fire Protection Association, NFPA. These standards provide additional guidance on topics such as generator sizing, paralleling, and protection. It is important to stay up to date with the latest codes and standards to ensure that electrical installations are safe and compliant. The NEC is updated every 3 years, and local codes may be updated more frequently. Continuing education and training are essential for electricians and other electrical professionals to maintain their knowledge and skills. When working with portable generators, it is also important to follow the manufacturer's instructions and recommendations. These instructions provide specific guidance on the installation, operation, and maintenance of the generator. Failure to follow these instructions can void the warranty and may create a safety hazard. Portable generators can be a valuable source of power in a variety of applications. However, it is important to use them safely and responsibly. By following the NEC local codes and manufacturer's instructions, you can minimize the risk of electrical hazards and ensure that portable generators operate safely and reliably. Consider the proper selection of conductors. Conductors must be sized appropriately for the load they will carry. The NEC provides tables that specify the ampacity of different types of conductors based on their size, insulation, and temperature rating. It is important to select conductors that are rated for the maximum current they will be subjected to, as well as the ambient temperature in which they will be used. Overloading conductors can cause them to overheat, which can lead to insulation damage, electrical faults, and even fires. Grounding and bonding are critical for electrical safety. Grounding provides a path for fault currents to flow back to the source, tripping the overcurrent protection device and energizing the circuit. Bonding ensures that all metal parts of the electrical system are electrically connected, minimizing the risk of voltage differences and electric shock. The NEC specifies the requirements for grounding and bonding, including the size and type of grounding conductors, the location of grounding electrodes, and the methods for bonding metal parts. Overcurrent protection is essential for protecting conductors and equipment from overloads and short circuits. Overcurrent protection devices, such as fuses and circuit breakers, are designed to interrupt the flow of current when it exceeds a predetermined level. The NEC specifies the requirements for overcurrent protection, including the sizing and type of overcurrent devices, the interrupting rating of overcurrent devices, and the coordination of overcurrent devices to minimize nuisance tripping. Wiring methods refer to the way in which conductors are installed and supported. The NEC specifies a variety of wiring methods, each with its own set of requirements. These methods include conduit, cable, and open wiring. The selection of the appropriate wiring method depends on the application, the environmental conditions, and the type of conductors being used. The NEC also specifies the requirements for the installation of electrical equipment, such as receptacles, switches, and lighting fixtures. This includes the mounting height, the location, and the type of enclosure required. It is important to follow these requirements to ensure that electrical equipment is installed safely and properly. Portable generators are often used in temporary installations such as construction sites and outdoor events. The NEC has specific requirements for temporary wiring, including the use of ground fault circuit interrupter, GFCI protection, the support of conductors, and the marking of temporary circuits. It is important to follow these requirements to ensure that temporary electrical installations are safe. Working with electricity can be dangerous. It is important to take precautions to protect yourself from electrical shock and other hazards. These precautions include wearing appropriate personal protective equipment, such as gloves and safety glasses, the energizing circuits before working on them, and using lockout/tagout procedures to prevent accidental energization. It is also important to be aware of the potential hazards in the work area, such as overhead power lines and wet locations. The NEC is a complex and comprehensive document. It is important to have a thorough understanding of the code before working on electrical installations. There are many resources available to help you learn about the NEC, including training courses, seminars, and online resources. It is also helpful to consult with experienced electricians and electrical inspectors to get their advice and guidance. Section 517 is a vital component of the NEC, providing specific guidance for electrical installations in healthcare facilities. While the context here is the electrical installation of light plants associated with oil drilling rigs, the principles of electrical safety and compliance are universally applicable. Understanding and adhering to the NEC, along with any local codes and regulations, is essential for ensuring the safety and reliability of electrical systems in any environment. Remember to prioritize safety, seek professional guidance when needed, and stay updated with the latest codes and standards. Portable generators offer convenience, but electrical safety should never be compromised. It is paramount to take into account the environmental conditions surrounding portable generator operation. For instance, in environments with high humidity or potential exposure to water, ensure that all electrical connections and equipment are adequately protected. Using weatherproof enclosures and connectors designed for wet locations can significantly reduce the risk of electrical shock and equipment damage. Proper ventilation is crucial when operating portable generators, particularly in enclosed spaces. Generators produce exhaust gases, including carbon monoxide, which can be lethal. Always operate generators in well-ventilated areas away from doors, windows, and ventilation intakes. Consider using carbon monoxide detectors to provide an early warning in case of dangerous levels of the gas. When connecting a portable generator to a building's electrical system, use the transfer switch. A transfer switch prevents backfeeding, which is when electricity from the generator flows back into the utility grid. Backfeeding can be dangerous for utility workers and can damage the generator and the building's electrical system. A qualified electrician should install the transfer switch. Regularly inspect portable generators for any signs of damage or wear. Check the cords, plugs, and connectors for cracks, fraying, or corrosion. Inspect the generator's engine for leaks or other problems. If you find any damage, have the generator repaired by a qualified technician before using it. When refueling a portable generator, turn it off and let it cool down first. Gasoline is flammable, and refueling a hot generator can cause a fire. Use a funnel to avoid spills and wipe up any spills immediately. Store gasoline in approved containers away from the generator and other sources of ignition. Keep a fire extinguisher nearby when operating a portable generator. Make sure the fire extinguisher is rated for electrical fires. Know how to use the fire extinguisher properly. Never overload a portable generator. Check the generator's wattage rating and make sure that the total wattage of all the appliances and equipment you connect to it does not exceed the rating. Overloading a generator can damage it and can cause a fire. Use heavy-duty extension cords that are rated for the wattage of the appliances and equipment you are connecting to the generator. Do not use damaged or worn extension cords. Keep extension cords out of the way of foot traffic to prevent tripping hazards. Grounding a portable generator is essential for safety. Follow the manufacturer's instructions for grounding the generator. Typically, this involves connecting a grounding rod to the generator's grounding terminal. Never tamper with the generator's safety devices. Safety devices are designed to protect the generator and the user. Tampering with them can create a safety hazard. If you are not comfortable working with electricity, hire a qualified electrician to install and maintain your portable generator. An electrician can ensure that the generator is installed correctly and that it is safe to use. Educate yourself and others about the safe use of portable generators. Make sure everyone who uses the generator understands the safety precautions. Follow these safety tips to help prevent accidents and injuries when using portable generators. Always prioritize safety when working with electricity. Before connecting any equipment to a portable generator, verify the voltage and frequency requirements. Ensure that the voltage and frequency of the generator match the requirements of the equipment you intend to use. Using equipment with the wrong voltage or frequency can damage the equipment and can create a safety hazard. Consider the power requirements of the equipment you will be using simultaneously. Calculate the total wattage required by all the equipment that will be running at the same time. Choose a generator that has a wattage rating that is high enough to meet the peak demand. It is better to have a generator that is slightly oversized than one that is undersized. Consider the type of fuel that the generator uses. Portable generators are typically powered by gasoline, diesel, propane, or natural gas. Each type of fuel has its own advantages and disadvantages. Gasoline is readily available but can be expensive. Diesel is more fuel efficient but can be noisier. Propane is clean burning but requires a special tank. Natural gas is the most economical but requires a connection to a natural gas line. Choose the type of fuel that is best suited for your needs. Consider the noise level of the generator. Portable generators can be noisy, especially diesel-powered generators. If noise is a concern, choose a generator with a low noise rating. Some generators have features that reduce noise, such as mufflers and sound dampening enclosures. Consider the portability of the generator. Portable generators range in size from small, lightweight models that can be easily carried to larger, heavy models that require a truck or trailer to transport. Choose a generator that is easy to move and transport. Consider the features of the generator. Portable generators come with a variety of features, such as electric start, automatic voltage regulation, and low oil shutdown. Choose a generator that has the features that are important to you. Read the generator's manual carefully before using it. The manual contains important information about the safe operation and maintenance of the generator. Follow the instructions in the manual carefully. Store the generator in a safe place when it is not in use. Store the generator in a dry, well-ventilated area. Keep the generator away from flammable materials. Protect the generator from the elements. Perform regular maintenance on the generator. Follow the manufacturer's recommendations for maintenance. This includes changing the oil, cleaning the air filter, and inspecting the spark plug. By following these tips, you can choose the right portable generator for your needs and use it safely and effectively. Remember, electricity can be dangerous. Always take precautions to protect yourself from electrical shock and other hazards. Stay informed, stay safe, and always prioritize compliance with electrical codes and standards. These guidelines are crucial for anyone working with portable generators.